Aaron Rodgers, J.J. Watt, Adrian Peterson, Julio Jones, Richard Sherman, Rob Gronkowski, Aaron Donald, and the list goes on and on. There are a number of bona fide and proven stars in the NFL, such as those names we just mentioned. In fact, there are some NFL players that are so well known and marketed that fans pay money just to see them or take them early in fantasy drafts. You get the idea. But there are also a number of NFLers who are quietly stars, or at least guys on their way to stardom. It's just most of you happen to overlook them. I'm Andy Ruther, and here are the 10 most underrated NFL players. And a big shout out to Liam Mcacoy for suggesting this video. Please feel free to leave your ideas in the comments below. At number 10, Bradley Roby. Roby is part of the Denver Broncos' infamous no-fly zone. The third-year cornerback was just as imperative to defending Super Bowl champions as defensemen Chris Harris Jr., TJ Ward, and Aqib Talib. Roby's vision and ability to attack the ball have made him one of the NFL's most lethal corners you're overlooking. Roby, along with Chris Harris Jr., shut down Julian Edelman in the AFC Championship game, the guy who many consider the toughest receiver to match up against. Roby's game-saving play in that game helped Denver reach the Super Bowl. At number 9, Willie Snead from the New Orleans Saints. While Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints offense scored a ton of points last year, the NFL's passing leader from 2015 had to thank his rookie wideout for this success. Lost in the shuffle of Ben Watson, Mark Ingram, Brandon Cooks, and Marquise Colston, Snead managed 69 receptions for 984 yards and 3 touchdowns in 2015. Given all the weapons Brees had to throw to, it's amazing how quick the 5'11 receiver made a name for himself. Snead's going to have to fight for targets over Cooks and newcomers Michael Thompson and Kobe Fleener. If his rookie season is an indication of anything, he's up for the challenge in 2016. At number 8, Michael Bennett. When you think of the Seattle Seahawks defense, you always think of the Legion of Boom, Earl Thomas, Cam Chancellor, and Richard Sherman. That secondary gets a ton of help from pass rushing phenom Michael Bennett. He's coming off a career-high 10 sacks in 2015 while forcing a pair of fumbles. Bennett has 40.5 sacks in 98 career games and is just as important to the Seattle defense as the Legion of Boom. Coming in at number 7, Devonta Freeman from the Atlanta Falcons. The Atlanta Falcons quietly flew under the radar last season with their 6-1 start, but then they finished the season 2-7 and missed the playoffs. Matt Ryan's regression and Julio Jones' dominance overshadowed Freeman's success. In just his second season, Freeman rushed for 1,056 yards, averaging 4 yards per carry, and had 11 rushing touchdowns, which tied him for first in the NFL. Freeman's vision, quick cuts, and speed made him one of the NFL's top running backs. And there's no reason to believe it was a fluke, but rather the start of something special for Freeman. At number 6, Malcolm Jenkins. Though the Philadelphia Eagles continue to be one of the NFL's laughingstocks, there's no overlooking Jenkins anymore, one of the NFL's premier safeties from 2015. Jenkins' coverage skills go along great with his ability to read the quarterback. He has turned the game on during his tenure with the Eagles, setting a career high in tackles with 109 in 2015. He had 2 interceptions and 10 passes defended last season after posting 15 the year before. At number 5, Jason Verrett. The San Diego Chargers defense never seems to strike fear into opponents, but Verrett sure did his job shutting down the top receivers last season. According to Pro Football Focus, his 7.3 percentage of coverage snaps with a positive grade led all cornerbacks last year. In a league where corners Darrelle Revis, Patrick Peterson, Richard Sherman, Chris Harris Jr., and Josh Norman earn most of the attention, Verrett is quietly the corner your quarterback should never throw to. Verrett had 3 picks and 12 passes defended in 2015. At number 4, the other Brandon Marshall. Now, we're not talking about New York Jets wide receiver Brandon Marshall, who has been the most consistent receiver in the NFL over the past decade. We're talking about one of the Broncos' catalysts for winning Super Bowl 50. There's a reason the team gave him a 4-year extension worth $32 million. Marshall was excellent in coverage and forced a pair of fumbles with an interception in 2015. He's racked up 100-plus tackles in the last 2 seasons. At number 3, Delanie Walker. What's amazing about Walker is how great he's been on the Tennessee Titans, consistently one of the NFL's worst teams. In 2014, he managed 63 yards for 890 yards and 4 touchdowns, even though Titans quarterback Zach Mettenberger wasn't good at all. In 2015, he set career highs in receptions at 94, yards at 1,088, and tied his career best with touchdowns at 6. And that was all with the rookie quarterback Marcus Mariota. Now to see what Walker can do with a more mature Mariota in his sophomore season. At number 2, Anthony Barr. One of the key parts to the Minnesota Vikings' resurgence in 2015, Barr appears to be the backbone of this team's defense for years to come. Pro Football Focus ranked Barr as the league's 20th best player. Only Luke Kuechly ranked better than him among linebackers from 2015. Barr registered 3.5 sacks, 3 forced fumbles, 1 interception, and 7 passes defended in his second year. Those numbers are sure to skyrocket in the coming years. At number 1, TERRON Armstead. We at Total Pro Sports are part of the movement in making sure offensive linemen get the love they deserve. Drew Brees' success from 2015 is thanks in big part to Armstead, one of the NFL's premier left tackles. According to Pro Football Focus, he only allowed 20 pressures, has improved each season, and was the 3rd best left tackle last season, behind 2 guys who you've probably heard of, Joe Thomas and Tyron Smith. Armstead earned a 5-year, $65 million extension this offseason for his work, and now you know why your team can't get to Brees so easily. Who do you think is the NFL's most underrated player? Join us in the comments below, and if you like this video and learned a thing or two, clicking the like button helps us out a ton and we appreciate it. If this is your first time coming around to Total Pro Sports, subscribing is a great idea because we put out videos like this every single day. But as always, thanks for watching and we'll see you guys next time.